Now, why in the bleep 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 does my screen look so different? Why does my screen look so different? Hey, why does my screen look so different? Why does my screen look so different? I said, why does my screen look so different? Why does my screen look so different? I said, why does my screen? I was joking. Collective. Grand Rising, my beauties. Feeling well rested and well blessed. It's so funny. I gave someone, well, I did someone a favor. I pulled them a few cards. And I said, oh, don't say anything, don't tell me anything. So I gave them the information, and lo and behold, you wouldn't believe this. I had no idea what they had going on. And I kind of gave them some insight. And a little warning at the same time. Yeah, there was someone new in their life. So I warned them to be mindful because this person seems to be very controlling and quite possessive. So I was just warning her, like, just be mindful. She was like, oh my God, Natalia. She said she not argued, but she kind of put him in his place about the exact same thing. So I just told her, just be aware, because obviously it's early days, isn't it? And if it's not even 6 months in, you should technically still be in the honeymoon period. Do you understand? So if this individual is displaying these types of signs this early in, that's definitely a red flag. Yeah, because my friend has special needs, so, you know. And I feel it's my duty. Obviously, you can't tell people what to do, but you can give them relevant information. It's up to them how they choose to utilize it. So whatever it was for her, I was just confirming something. And she never told me a thing. Yeah. I was glad to be able to give her that information, actually. Hey, Bex, if you're out there, boo. Miss ya, can you let me come into group? Little mate Bex. But yeah. Just things like that. So anyway, what's going on in karmic, please and thank you. Well rested. Well rested, I was meant to say. And divinely blessed. Rested. I know we're in the southwest. I don't know how some type of meaning. I'm not sure if it's because the west ain't really too far in it. So someone in the town, basically. Oh, that's another secret enemy collective. We've got plenty of those, aren't we? We got plenty of those. Yeah, I had to have a little declutter. You know, the divine says, cut your grass to expose the snakes. Yeah, definitely. So yeah. And the mad thing is for a lot of you as well, because it's like we're in Mercury retrograde at this minute, innit? So it's funny because you're gonna have a lot of past individuals trying to make some type of appearance, or some type of re-entry. I just heard reintroduction. Now, don't get me wrong, not all, but some. I'm quite confident to say, collective, that you know the majority. You know what you need to know, basically, on who you can't trust like a hole in your head, basically. And for some of you, they're going to try and kind of turn strangers into befriend you. It is what it is. It's coming in fast, like someone's in a rush, in a haste. Whatever it is that they're planning for their, as they do, their little rituals. So yeah, it's just about cutting their grass and exposing those snakes, I suppose. Okay, Holy Spirit, what have you got for us today? What have you got for us this rising? Ooh, justice on the bottom. Collector, I don't mean to laugh, but it is good to laugh, Definitely is good to laugh. A Libra energy. That could be you or them. But either way. I do get like a whole lot of regret projection. Oh, look at that. Looky here, looky here. Getting off to a flying start. Ooh. Oh. Isn't this interesting? I got 2 in the reverse and 3 upright. Let me give you the upright. We got the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles. Somebody's got something coming. Somebody's got something coming. And we got the Fool. So you're in your new beginning. Psh, it is what it is. Hence why, weirdly enough, the same people that was watching from the sidelines, probably the same people on these fake accounts, is like they want to ride your coattails. Oh, so I get it. When all else fails, when all your plots and plans and schemes and rituals and false narratives, and let's not forget bribery and corruption. When all else fails, you say, I know. Let's creep back in. Let's kiss a little AWS. Let's make some type of offering, small gesture. Let's come with some deluded sob story. Yeah, that old chestnut. But yeah, anyway, guys. In the reverse. So clearly, lovers in that form could mean anything. It could be lovers as in family or a karmic ex. I kind of sense in the both, in all honesty. But hey. So anyway, yeah. They've lost something. They've lost some type of, I don't know if it's status or abundance, but collective, whatever they lost. Yeah, let's make this very clear. Whatever they lost was never theirs in the first place. Let's get that out there. Whatever they lost was what they stole. Let me make that very clear. As clear as can be, crystal clear. Let me make that very clear. What they lost is what they stole. And probably also a false narrative that they've all been running with. It is what it is. Some of these people kind of knew or didn't have high hopes, but they kind of fronted it out to their own demise. And they will continue to do so. Let's just make that very clear. They will continue to do it. It is what it is. They will do it to their last breath and their dying day. They try and hide it from nobody. So yeah, then we got the Ace of Wands, guys. The Ten of Pentacles with the Fool. Yeah, that's you. Straight up in your new start. So you're possibly having something that was stolen or held back from you returned to you. You're already on a new venture, a new journey. So for me, I'm kind of getting like somebody wanted what was yours, which makes no sense. You need to be worrying about what you got. Again, these are just greedy ass people, collective. I mean, a very foolish decision, believing that it would give them some type of new way of life, and that definitely was not the outcome. The past is the past. The past no longer exists, so it is what it is. But what I will say is, you're well on your way. And it's funny is because it's literally like, you know, you get this saying, run around like a chicken with his head cut off. It's like, once you stand in your own energy and stand in who you are, and actually evolve as an individual, do you know how powerful that is? Because I've observed that literally society isn't run off of 100% authenticity. It's just pure fakeness and wickedness. It's literally like there's a divide. Literally. We all know it was a war of good and evil. But what's really going on is the evildoers that masquerade as holier than thou, their masks are being ripped clean off. For some of you, it's quite a shock to the system, actually. Let me just get that out there. Quite a shock to the system. So the Fool card is Aquarius. Could be an Aquarius. Sometimes star signs don't always matter. Because it is like collective and yeah, death. In the upright. Okay. I'm getting this as collective. So some of you collective, you're actually in King of Wands energy. So what I would say to that is you're on boss mode. That's your focus. Unwavering, unchanged, undistracted. I do also sense there's been a lot of evildoers out there trying to distract and cast like weak illusions. I don't understand where they get the strength from, but hey, it is what it is. Anger, they get no energy. For some of you, collect, he was like prime supply. For some of you, it was these same individuals that was trafficking your energies to the little coven. Isn't that right? Yeah, because they knew you was a temperance energy. And they also knew that they were in devil energy. Not were, they still are. Doesn't matter how much they masquerade or try and put on some huge, elaborate Oscar-winning performance of a show. Yeah. You can see straight through the BS. Let's be that very clear. And it's so funny is because once you woke up to this, everything changes. Do you understand? You view it through not only just a different mindset, different eyes, even the way you approach things, the way you respond. It's literally like you completely tapped into yourself. So when people are putting these little weird stunts, especially when it's in your face, and he wants some type of, how can I say, aggressive response from you. That says a lot. Especially when you can see that they're trying to draw you out, they're trying to goad you. They're literally blatantly trying to provoke you. It's so blatant that it's funny. And then if you tell them exactly what they're doing, this is how delusional these individuals are. Their first response is denial, which to me is weird. And it's funny how this is how they're conducting themselves, but yet though they're pushing a narrative that the collective is crazy. I beg to differ. Do you understand? The fact that they tried to stop you from going through some type of transformation, that didn't work either. For some of you, it's like they thought or they believed they had you right where they wanted you. That was an illusion from the divine. A mighty good one too, might I add. Yeah. For some of you, they chose to. This is another reason why you can confirm how heavily they're stalking you. Because for some of you, they would even try to present themselves in an area that you are or a vicinity where it be an establishment. Let's just say an establishment. You know that's strategic, isn't it, right? And it's funny because the first thing that springs to mind, collective, is you clock the pattern. So you know exactly what the game is, straight off the bat. And you know how to proceed forward. Silence! And I wasn't expecting that. And let's be clear, they had their little entourage watching. Probably even had a secret recording device on them. Yeah, because the narrative that they've been pushing, people see exactly who you are, collective. Which is everything they're not. Clearly. Ooh, looky here, looky here. Oh, they want to make a re-entry because they have no stability. Oh, celebration over, is it? Okay. I call it karma. Right on time. So for some of you, it's like a last-ditch attempt to get some type of outburst out of you. Because what they think is, we don't know that behind the scenes, these critter-looking bin juices have been doing all sorts of magic to make it happen. Do you know where it manifested, collective? Right back in their existence, right where it belongs. Okay? Yeah. Now it's got them bound to their own bullshit. And they big mad. Ooh, they big mad. They got themselves bound to their own bullshit. So the AI edited footage you've been trying to disperse amongst your little community. How's that looking for you? Hmm? It's like you went so hard for so long for what? And it's funny, you should always look at someone who's projecting onto someone else, especially that someone else is just minding their own business. Can 9 times out of 10 collective, the same one spouting the bullshit, trying to deflect and take the heat off of them? I promise you, they have the biggest secrets to hide. Okay? Yeah. Some of them wanted you, yeah, King of Pentacles. So possibly this King of Pentacles and this King of Wands are from the same, let's just say, establishment or their work colleagues. So they come together specifically for this type of event. So they're having sleepless nights. They're not sleeping. It's literally like they're trying to solicit a way out of the massive hole. No, the grave they've dug themselves. But the plan was the grave was for the collective. All those of collective energy. But what they didn't bank on was your status. So you know what? Anybody who's been labeled the black sheep, male or female, embrace it. That is a badge of honor. That means you the goat. Okay? You are the goat. So yeah, not sleeping. They're probably up all night drinking, using substances, trying to find some other demonic way to attack my collective. No, they don't have more time. Time ran out a long time ago. You understand? So trying to slow things down or stagnate things with more magic, all you're doing is speeding up the process. So keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Devils come to collect. Mm-hmm. Death angels are here. Or let's just say the entities you conjured up. Yeah. You thought we wouldn't know how to defend ourselves against what she was doing undercover. That is the most cowardice, weak ass form I've ever had the displeasure and disgust to witness and observe. Point blank, period. Demons like that get no respect at all. They just mass collect because we know who they are. That's what that is. For some of you young family members, yeah, you have to fight against the same people that's meant to look after you. What do you mean? The same people that's meant to raise you. The same people that's meant to love you unconditionally when all they did was abuse you. That was their big strategic plan to ruin your future and keep you in some type of impoverished mindset with some type of magic. For some of you, they even told you. Or some of them would call you a curse when you was a child. Anything to tear you down. Look who's cursed now. So their judgment is too, because of all the magic they've been doing, either sort of lifetime of poverty. No comebacks. Wow. These people must have went real far, huh? Feeling a little collective. That means we the goat. We are the goats. So yeah. It's funny because you want to take away a collective celebration. Oh, but we never interrupted your celebration. So what made you think you have any authority to interrupt our celebration? You don't. Regardless what you try, you don't. It's funny that, isn't it, collective? It's really funny how when these people had it good, ooh, they more than celebrated. For some of you, they even taunted you in your face. Do you understand? Imagine that. You're boasting and bragging about what you stole from the collective with your self-entitled ass. Funny that. Not celebrating no more, are you? Collective is though. I see a lot of invites. A lot of invites. Not saying you have to accept them collective, because that would be another one of their strategies to try and set you up. See, they can sprinkle a little setup in the mix. Forgetting our spirit team are 10 toes down for us. Isn't that right, collective? So, spirit, what is the result of this magic and these 5 of Pentacles? These karmic individuals, please and thank you. Yeah, family. Ooh! So some of you was fighting your own family. Wow. So a family that was portraying some type of, ooh, please. I don't know why that turned upside down. Must have got hit by a car. But yeah, we got the 10 of Cups to the Devil. So your family was nothing but a bunch of devils. Devils in disguise. With a sprinkle of glamour magic of the perfect family, the concerned family, the loving family. These are just a family of straight abusers and chomos. They know it. But they believe that because they did it in the spirit, it's not actually a crime. It is. And they're definitely paying for it. Let's make that very clear. Someone wants to come out again. So that's like saying the first people you had to fight off, collective, was your own family. Your own abusers. They were your first abusers. Your first experience of narcissist. A coven of them. For some of you, it's practically the majority of your immediate family. It's literally like their little clique. The same way if you was at any type of family functions, the minute you entered, you felt the vibe like either they was talking some type of madness or they was talking about you, just from the way they moved after. And you've consistently seen that same type of pattern. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. You even notice a difference in how, if you try to verbally engage with them, But for the most part, you kind of just brushed it off. You kind of just put it down to the situation. But now, when the divine telling you to reflect back on these events, there was clear telltale signs that a lot of us chose not to see for whatever reason, regardless. But it wasn't time for us to know then. Period. And it is what it is. But yeah, your family are behind all of this, collective. But they wanted you to believe it came from outside the family. In other words, yeah, they definitely pay people outside the family, clearly, but they also pay people within the family to keep these little dirty secrets. So they always well rehearsed on the false narratives. So when they bared their false testimony, they was all in sync. I mean, come on, they might just to practice. You see how deadly jealousy and envy is? For some of you, it was wow. The complete generation. You had parents, step parents, uncles, aunties, cousins, siblings, half siblings. Woo! Third cousin removed. You probably never even met. In on that shit. Hell no. Yeah, some of these people were churchgoers. They was hiding behind the Bible and religion to do their devil work. Do you understand? And because of the view that people had, or the perception that people had of people that's supposed to be of God, they would never believe they would be conducting themselves in this manner. They do now. Yep, they do now. It's out for the world to see. So as well as you putting pieces together, other people are putting pieces together. And that's what they didn't want. They didn't want people asking questions. They didn't want people reflecting on previous events. Because they're going to realize they know what's coming. Who was at the forefront? These same people. Birds of a feather flock together. They use anything and anyone within arm's reach. So all this smear in the collective's name. You know, you're just describing your own characteristics, your own behaviors. And those are the secrets you wanted to stay hidden, innit? Yeah, the universe got a funny way of dropping receipts. And I just heard undisputable. Yeah, collective, you're healing. You're continuing to heal. So it's literally like you're the wounded warrior. But the fact of the matter is, you're still thriving. So that tells me these individuals are probably getting very sick at this point. Be careful what you wish for. And I'm hearing that song, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You just might get it. You just might get it. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And they are. Rightfully so. They're more than well deserving. And it's been more than a long time coming. It's overdue. This is why they just carried on and carried on and carried on. But they want to perceive it as though anything wrong goes in their life, any misfortunes they happen to experience, they want to blame other people. For every action, there's a reaction or a consequence. You people chose consequences. That's got nothing to do with the collective. Nothing to do with us. That's all you, boo-boo. All you. Page of Wands. You're still receiving good news. So regardless if you try to slow it down with spell work, redirect it, bribe whoever not to send it out, you can't do that no more. So it's more than likely you've been investigated. So whatever you stole, you're trying to set up the collective for stuff you stole. I heard that identity theft is quite a huge crime, quite a big crime actually. Yeah. It's like you try to burden the collective with the projections of crimes you committed against others and the collective. How does that work? The math's not mathing. So you probably try to definitely hack and clone and stalk someone's phone to try and make it look as though, or place them in places where they never was, when you're probably out committing crime in their identity. Now you're burdened. Big burdened. Yep. Some of you could be seeing 1010. $99. So what else about the 9 of Wands? Perseverance. Yeah. It's bringing in this victory. Well, it's already here anyway. It's not bringing anything. It's already here. The energy is already upon us. Ooh. So you was waiting for something, huh? You was waiting for some type of news, maybe? Some type of confirmation, one of your hoobly jublies. Hit the mark. No, boo-boo. Sorry. Whatever you was waiting on ain't never coming in. I think you realize that now. Nothing's coming in. I tell you what is coming in though. Karma after karma after karma after karma after karma. Remember, what you put out comes back to you at some point. So if you're putting out good energy and you're living righteously, righteousness is going to come back. Right or wrong? If you put out negativity, wickedness, evil, death magic, what do you think you're going to get? A bed of roses? No. I tell you what you're going to get. Multiple coffins and multiple burial plots. Yeah. So you try to stop our forward movement, kill our determination, destroy our dreams. But you still didn't. But I'll tell you what you did do though. You destroyed your life in the process. And that's on you guys. Sorry. The collector's hands is clean. It's over, karmics. It's over. Take the loss. Because it ain't going to get no better. I promise you that one. Ain't going to get no better. The fact that you was hell bent, the fact that you had to group up and team up, the fact that you was using other people's means to facilitate this. So I'm quite sure a lot of you were in some type of debt. That's what one of the reasons why you're extremely desperate. You're probably even resorting to desperate means now to support yourself. The same desperate means you accuse the collective of, with no facts or no evidence. But I can guarantee there's evidence on you, though. Yeah. I'm quite sure those STDs are doing the trick. Righty-ho. Something missing for the chariot. Yeah, I told you. Told you. Look at that. Look at my collective. Just chilling. And I can imagine, while we're chilling and still remaining balanced, I kind of get the sense that these people want to control what you do and what you say and where you go and who you speak to and who you don't speak to. And they couldn't do that. So they're trying to have you, it's like they were trying to project their self on how they live and their disaster of a lifestyle. Trying to project it onto my collective heavily. Quite a few of you was doing it like simultaneously and getting. But you gotta remember, we was never that person. Do you understand? So whatever fabrications you've dreamed up in your delusional little minds, that's you. We are not your thoughts. Your thoughts do not define us. Okay? We've always been the wish of fulfillment. Let me make that very clear. Our energy speaks for itself. Point blank, period. We're not here to be like, we're here to get a job done. End of. They're just mad because you're not playing a pathetic game. So that's just confirming you didn't respond in the way they expected. For some of you just didn't pay it no mind at all. Literally, like they don't exist. And the more they don't exist to you, it's the more angry they got. I can guarantee you some of these people are unhinged. Some of these people may even like have some type of mental breakdown. Because you got to remember, when you're projecting all that out, and then you're trying to dodge that coming back to yourselves, God would just let the universe store that shit up and give it back to you in one fell swoop. Literally. And I can guarantee that shit will put you clean on your ass. In fact, for some of you, it's probably going to put you into some type of mental oblivion. And that makes you a liability. Because the fact that your actions has caused your little club to be exposed. That's on you, boo-boo. That's on you. You're mad because we know how to lay things to rest. Walk away from shit that don't serve us. Do you understand? And that's something you people pretend to do, but never done in your life. And I think that's clear to see. You should have put some of that effort into being a decent human being. You should have put some of that effort into healing your own wounds. Because I can guarantee you, it's nowhere near what the collective have had to endure. But now you're going to get a taste. And the difference with us is we don't care to watch. We have a life to live, unlike some people. You're trying to prevent us from having our justice and the outcome we deserve. But what you did, you just effed yourself up in the process. You cannot change who someone divinely is. Do you understand? That only works on people with weak vessels that are weak-willed. No disrespect. It's the truth. When you heal spiritually. That's what people don't realize. So the reaction you may have gotten, I don't know, a couple of years ago, you won't even bat an eyelid at it now. And I think that's what really pisses you off. Because that deems you powerless. Yeah, it deems you powerless. You hate the fact of, well, that's what you're trying to block. Our authenticity. When you're trying to be everything we are naturally, which doesn't make any sense. Because if you're naturally being yourself, you shouldn't have to try that hard. Do you understand? It should come natural to you. It's like you people put on this cloak of illusions. And because you've got to continue to fake it, some of you probably just got pissed off with faking it. So you probably let your mouth slip one too many times. Maybe the wrong person caught it. You're being out there taking what's the word? Fishy offers. And you're mad. But what I do know is whatever you've got to be in your bonnet about, I sense that you kind of know. You kind of had a feeling it was going to not pan out the way you expected. And you're right. So it's either you're about to receive some bad news or you already have. Either way. What's this? Yeah. Some bad news that Queen of Cups in the upright is genuinely happy and loved. So all that smearing, it still didn't work. It just revealed you who you truly are. A bitter and hateful, unhealed entity. You try to downplay the collective's achievements. But what have you achieved? What, a couple of notches in your demonic satanic belt? Whoopie-doo. All you've done is, how can I say? You solidified your place in hell. But that's what you wanted, remember? You want to be El Diablo's right-hand man. For some reason, you want to be married to this entity? Just putting it out there. Because you thought it would give you some type of status and demonic level up. Yeah, right. How would it if you're not even a prime energy supply? More like a below par energy supply. Clearly. If you wasn't, you wouldn't be out as summoning up this, would you? Thought so. that work, and where did it get you? All that work, and where did it get you? Justice for the collective. We're here to bring balance and stand on business. It is what it is. Ain't nothing going to change that. Point blank period. You can spout as many lies as you want. You can continue doing your weak ass spell work, but guess what? Judgment's on your ass. Some of you are going to be too weak to even pick up social media to be harassing and stalking people online. Oh. That's what you wanted to do. This is what you do. And guess what? Now it's been done to you. So it's literally like you're being Ten of Swords by your own Ten of Swords. How mad is that? Oh, this has never happened before. That's the first time for everything, isn't there? Literally. So whilst you're going to literally send yourself mad trying to use whatever you've got left of your deteriorating mind. Because obviously you must be deteriorating. Because if you've got entities that's ravaging your vessel, you're deteriorating. For some of you, you're blatantly decomposing and you're hiding it. Judgment is owed. And you need to pay the collective what you owe. You need to pay the collective what you owe, what you stole. Hear the sirens? Confirmation. And I know that's what some of you's fear. It's coming true. Don't worry about that. So those of you that want to hide behind your curtain, have a heart attack anytime the door knocks, or terrified every time the door knocks, you know it's coming. It doesn't matter how much you try to pray for it not to happen, it's going to happen. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So regardless if you try to send people in to give some type of fake proposal or fake offer, nobody's interested. At all. And it's really weird how you people think you can do all these things and expect to even expect to get the privilege of a conversation. Never. Because personally, yeah, I wouldn't waste my breath. And the fact that you know that we know we know what you've been doing. You also know that we know what you've done. So when you're trying to send the same people that done the lying, cheating, stealing, and thieving to come into our eyesight range deliberately, that was to get a reaction, wasn't it? And our survey says, yeah. So you wanted to fight, huh? You're basically telling the collective that we have to fight for our peace that we created? Hell no. We're not responsible for the dumb shit you did. That's on you. You have no authority over our peace. You have no authority over our life. You have no authority over our journey. Or anything to do with us. Point blank period. You can clutch at straws as much as you like. It doesn't change the fact. You're fighting yourselves. Ooh. You can fight your lies by yourself, guys. Let me make that very clear. Let these people fight these lies by themselves. Why would you entertain lies? Some of you, that's what you do. A professional liar. You're professional thieves, professional scammers, professional liars, professional cheaters, professional warlocks, professional witches. This is what you do. And a lot of you hide behind religion to validate some type of self-imposed authority. You're being stripped, mate. Let me just put that out there. You're being stripped. That ain't running again. Yeah. You'll have plenty of time. You should have plenty of time, like you're doing now, sitting there thinking about the dumb shit you did, how you didn't accomplish shit. Of course, that's what was eating your brains out. It's either that or the divine forcing that into your reality. So you're having nightmares about it, you're having whatever it is. He's making you feel what it's like to have a conscience. Because the same way how you was doing spell work to get your desired outcome, what do you think the divine's going to do? He's going to mirror the truth back to you 24/7. Mirror your actions, every little plot and plan you carried out. That's what's being mirrored back to you. So there's no getting away from it. And you hate it. Because it makes you paranoid, I know. Whether it's in a vision or some of you could be hearing sounds. It's making you paranoid and afraid. Because you're thinking to yourself, if I can see and hear this, who else can? Yeah. Everything hidden in the dark will always come to light. Everything done in the dark will always come to light. And that's another thing you didn't want. But you chose to push things this far. And I can guarantee you, I see things coming out that these people have done probably decades ago. They probably even forgot about it. But one thing I definitely do sense though, there's a lot of shame around it. There's a lot of shame and disgust. Not even for the actions you took. I'll tell you what you're more feeling shame and disgusted about. Is that when people get this information and they see it, how they're going to treat you. That's what you're worried about. How was people going to respond to you when these things come? That's if they haven't come out already. So I'm getting two things from that. Because you people have done so much. But there are certain things that you want kept hidden. Because you know it will finish you. You're already finished anyway. When you think about it. Do you understand? Because you know the things you did, the actions you took, what you partake in was just an act of pure evil. Pure evil. Yeah. So you've got plenty of towers to sit through and think about it. It is what it is. So you try to delay the collective. You try to have my collective like or you wanted them to feel like nothing's gonna happen or nothing's working for them. No, nothing's working for you. Do you understand? You can't project your shit onto us. That's not our existence. We're not even on the same timeline. So what are we doing here? But you're that deluded, and that crazed in the mind that you really believe this is viable. How logical is that? So I can imagine someone scrambling, asking all their contacts, all their links, sneaky ones included. How can they assist themselves out of the situation? You can't. And the crazy thing about it is, if anybody is stupid enough to assist you in any way, shape, or form, they're going to get some type of instant backfire. I promise you. Do you understand? She already got delays, and there's plenty more to come. But one thing you're not going to do is delay my collective. Period. You chose to hold yourself back. You chose not to grow. You chose to stay in that little dark karmic cycle, doing the same nasty ass things over and over again. For some of you people are a lot older than my collective also. So really truly, what example are you really setting? But you got the younger generation out there setting the example. That's what I've observed. You got the younger generation out there setting the example for these, especially the elders. A lot of these elders, although there is a mixture for the most part, the most evil ones are the older ones, and that's crazy. When you've lived a satisfying life of the blood, sweat, and tears of others, you've lived cushy, and you didn't give a care in the world who it affected, as long as you and yours was okay. Now it's time to pay. Now it's time to pay. And there's no escaping it. Absolutely not. Excuse me. So let me just ask the cards. Oh no, I don't want that one. What was the attacking spirit? Some of it was like multiple things at one time. Oh, this is a card about the don't need that one. Alright, I think I'm ready. So what is it about these birth charts and astrology? What was they using to attack my collective spirit and do what he was doing? How? Please and thank you. Exactly what part was they attacking? What was he going after? What was he trying to destroy? So these are clearly people, what they do is they work out your birth chart. There's another way as well, and attack it that way. That's their favorite, because most people don't know certain things. But of course, these people that join these cults, they are versed in it because they can't manifest it naturally. So this is how they manifest it, by stealing it from other people. And this is how they know when to do it at the right place and the right time. Yeah, the cat's out the bag. So who and what was the attacking spirit, please and thank you? Who and what was the attacking? They were using the moon. These can either be the signs or their signs or your signs. Yeah. So Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius attacking your 11th house planets and your second house. Using the moon. And also, they was kind of using it in more than one way. They was using it to do what they was doing, but they was also using it to hide what they was doing. So while you thought you missed opportunities or lost certain monetization that should have came to you, nah, they was redirecting to them. And how they was doing this, I'll tell you. They was doing things to the collective to provoke them into a reaction. Do you understand? And that was the easiest form to swap out energy or attach something to you in order to siphon shit from you. Yeah. I'm also getting Aries, Cancer, Leo, and Pisces. Highly involved. Oh, look at that. 2 fires and 2 waters. Perfect match. These could be couples, husband and wife, or just coven member affiliation. Yeah, there's also attacking your 7th house. I'm not sure in what order, probably 7th house, 2nd house. But the fact of the matter is, the ultimate aim and goal was to get you off of that high vibrational energy and put you in a low mindset, a low mood. And who else better to help than your own demonic family? Yeah, they was also attacking your 5th house. They was also attacking your creativity. For some reason, they were siphoning your creativity. Oh, they don't like me talking about this. Oh, hit a nerve, karmics. Have I hit a nerve? Good. Oh, so they used the so like how can I say the Pluto signs in whatever season it was in. That's also another one. So using astrology against the collective. So this is probably why your family never taught you anything. Do you understand? They wanted you as vulnerable as possible. Do you understand? Because they're now mind you easier to control. Vile individuals. Yeah. For some of you, you are a Venus zodiac. They also attacked your 7th house planets. So some of you, that's like making decisions and stuff like that. Or like having a routine and sticking to it. Some of you may have gone through a phase where you just didn't want to do anything. Well, that's what you thought. This was spell work. So you remember you may have gotten some random phone calls or random text messages from family members like, don't really say anything to you. Just saying, oh, they're checking in. Yeah, that's why. For some of you, they was using your friends for this information. And probably paying your friends too. Yeah. Heavy Saturn as well. So they would attack you through Saturn and Neptune on your astrology chart, which is your imagination, your authority and maturity. So this is like saying they wanted you in some type of like childhood mentality or childhood mind. They didn't want you to block your Uranus. They didn't want you to change or liberate yourself. So have you ever noticed, yeah, you'll be doing well, but some of you are gonna notice this, or you may have picked up on the pattern. It's literally like a light bulb, like a confirmation. Every time you climb back up this ladder or this mountain, however you which way you want to verbalize it, and every time you've been dragged back down, the funny thing is, yeah, you would tell listeners, people, because you're thinking to yourself, why is this happening? If you're doing everything right, this shouldn't be happening. Because the one people you were supposed to trust, they were the biggest enemies. Your own family. Let's make that very clear. This is how they was able to plant things around you to keep you trapped. Even paying certain individuals to treat you a certain way to keep you in some type of mental mind control. They left you feeling like unworthy. And this probably stems back from some of your childhood for some of you. So, if that's what they was doing, this is evil on a whole new level. Then let's get then down to the ones that because some of you, they're responsible for a lot of untimely passings. They are. They don't want this coming out. Because I do remember I must have said this about a year ago. They may have been, I don't know if they were trying it out, or they went this far, or if this was their first demise. But I kept hearing the name Reggie. And this is going back. Because in my mind's eye, I was younger. I was a child then. Literally an adolescent. That's how far back I'm going. This man was taken out. Period. And it was set up to look as though, like they're doing it, he either had pneumonia or he had a heart attack. That was induced on him. Why? Same set of individuals, same caliber of individuals. This is probably when this whole life insurance, unalivings for life insurance shit started. Because there's one thing to do something on this heinous level as like a one-off, but to turn it into a business, This is probably what led to these people being, or them being in this organization. This is what they do. And then they all ponce around in these nice flash cars acting like pimps. Do you understand? They're these big flash cars acting as though they acquired it the right way. No, they didn't. No, they did not. So they distort people's life purposes on purpose. This is why it's always good to find out where you are on the astrology chart. This is like Just like a blueprint tool for these people. Wow. But anyway, that's just a little tickler there. But that's what I'm getting from that. This is what these people do. So they get as much information as they can. And then they find this individual's birth chart. Maybe at first it was just like any old Joe Blocks. Until the value of the earth angels went up, I suppose. That's a whole different energy, unmatched. Not like normal energy. Different. Spirit, what I've just picked up on, was it the collective's karmic family? Yes or no? Was it the collective's karmic family? Yes or no? Involved in these shenanigans as far back as collective, not all, some. And everybody's family is going to be different, whether it be more or less. But let me just say this, for the collective, a lot of family members was targeted. And it's literally like they always formulated the same strategy. This is why they're getting it back, in it, because the way you made the collective's family members sick is like the way you tortured them. And it's funny how everything, when you think about how your loved ones passed, what they experienced, some of you've never really spoke on it. You're going to see a consistent pattern there. Do you understand? And this has got these people's MO all over it. And to know that the family was complicit in all of it, you're going to pay for that one. You're going to pay for that one. Spirit, was there also people in the community involved in doing the same thing with their own family? Let me see. I already know the answer to it anyway. I already know. Was people in the community also complicit, and was they also involved in the same crimes? Not just against the collective, yes or no? Wow. So there's a community of you people. Not everybody, but there's quite a few bodies in a community that was involved or had full knowledge. I won't want to be you people at all. The divine is saying, when you think about some of these people from your childhood that maybe gave a portrayal of holier than thou, but yet though bad things always happened to them, or they always experience some type of huge misfortune. Yeah. I'm also getting maybe, sometimes if you try and get someone to be on board with your devilish ways and you decline, these people probably attack people in the community the same way to destroy their lives, also to put them in a vulnerable state where they have no choice but to accept. These people are dirty, boy. Uh-uh. 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 These people was absolutely having a laugh. Yeah, that was their attitude. They was doing it by all means. Evil. They also thought there was no way. They also thought what they was doing was foolproof purely because of the inside help they had, or some of them the industry help. Industry help. Oh. So they could go to other organizations and be like, oh, I'm from such and such group. So they all had some type of affiliation to other outside organizations. Mm. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I bet they were saying that. Surely not. What, us? People can find out about us? Surely not. We're so good at covering up. We got the cleanup crew. We got the authorities on a payment plan. Yeah. They had no doubts that it was going to be found out. Psh. These people literally believed that they were some type of masterminds. Literally. It literally makes me think about like the same type of madness you hear about happening across the road, like in all other countries, but you never expect. Well, you should never really expect that. You should actually expect that, because that's how that shit goes. Do you understand? That shit is gonna be global. Literally. Or because they wanted things fast. Some of these people may have strangled their victims and then made it look like a hanging. Wow. These people are thinking from outer space. The setup started from a home, or it's about a home. One of the two. Or maybe this could have been a plot planned out in your home while she wasn't there, or a home you may have shared with somebody. I didn't get a third party, I got multiple third parties. Yeah, there's supposed to be some illegal proceedings regarding the homes. Maybe someone stole a home from you. That's come up twice. What else does my collective need to know? Of course, money. Maybe someone may have wait. So it's they either pay people because they are involved with organized crime. I said that. So they must pay people to create what seems like man-made disasters, but it's not. And they do this for money, even though they pay people to do certain things, but it's so that they can get a bigger payout. Does that make any sense? Of course, they're out here committing fraud. I've done to this already, so there could be something buried in a wooded area, or maybe someone might have stashed some funds in a wooded area. These are individuals that also do what they do by, how can I have it? Having people inebriated with some type of drugs or poison. Maybe they do that first to make you easier to handle. And then maybe this comes in and they make it look like something else. Or this is one of the things that they've tactic that they've used, or methods that they've used. Yeah. So this is a man that does this. So there's a male hitman out here. Who is the devil? Oh. So I'm either getting this is to do with you being a child, or this is to do with them trying to take you out since you was a child. It's going to be different for everybody. For some of you, oh damn, why is that in the reverse? So something's obviously been found out. They may have used tunnels to, I don't know, move around. If anybody has tunnels, it could be tunnels, but it could be like old train tunnels, old abandoned tunnels, possibly underground tunnels. But it's in the reverse. So, for some of you, abuse and neglect in the reverse. Sirens again. So maybe some truths been uncovered. Because there was something that was missing, but it's in the reverse. So that tells me either something's come back up or something's been unearthed and found out. Yeah. Probably regarded some type of cleanup. Or not. Maybe they thought they cleaned up and they probably missed something. And whatever that something might be, some type of letter or paperwork, Whatever's been documented, maybe they try to burn things in a fire, get rid of evidence in the fire. If not paperwork, maybe even clothes, items, or whatever they was using to commit their crimes. For some of you, they had stuff belonging to you. You are utilizing it to make it look as though it was you wearing these things when these crimes was committed. These people thought they had you under some type of mind control. Yeah, I knew that was going to come out. Perversion. That's exactly what these people are. Yeah. It's like these are people that they date for greed. So whereas the normal person would date someone to build a foundation, like build love, grow, like get married, have children, blah 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 blah. No. These individuals do this for one reason and one reason only. What you may call a budding romance, they will call it a business opportunity. Literally. So unless you're gonna accept their perversions, it's not gonna happen. And that's what they like to do magic on you. Yeah. For some of you, these individuals were trying to put you in debt. So they could have been possibly trying to put things in your name or take out things using your information to try and pin it on you. If they did that, it's going to match back up to them. Either way. And that will be dealt with. Point blank period. Like, these people are diabolical. Told you. Excuse me. I mean, who else would have such prevalent information? Your own family. So yeah, they are top of the list. They're also top of the judgment list. Yeah, they made you as their power supply. For some of you, your family's been eating off of you your whole life. This is what they don't want to come out. This is probably what this missing information is, or missing paperwork that they don't want you to get wind of or get clarification on. But for most of you already know. Where is that card? I can't see it. Ciao. The card with the letter on it, and it said mail. Did it drop? Yeah. So there's like some type of documentation that collective clearly didn't receive. Someone's obviously holding on to it because they know that'll be the final nail in their coffin. Yeah. So if you was meant to receive something and you didn't, you are now. So whoever's withholding this and trying to like keep you from gaining knowledge or getting what's rightfully yours, they failed. You're going to jail. Whatever you did illegally, you're going to jail. There's no compromise, there's no talking your way out of it, there's no paying your way out of it. And it's funny that you want to pay people. Are you going to pay people with frozen assets? So this is why the divine allows these people to treat you the way they treat you, for you to separate yourselves from these people. Look at that. Yeah. These are people that are hell bent trying to cause you some type of an accident to get rid of you. Oh, cover up again. So that they can cover up the crimes. That's probably under investigation. I wouldn't be surprised, collective, if they want you chopped into pieces. So they probably want your body parts. Somebody wants your organs. They want to traffic your organs on the is it the dark web or the black market? Because of your ancestry. So I'm getting either someone's living in some type of motel or hotel, or this is where they was either having meetings or formulating their little schemes and plans. Possibly even when they was doing their fornication. This is why they were surveilling you. Cleanups come out again. Yes, now we got female. So this is either a man and a woman or it's a couple. They heal to this, as well as family, I'm getting. Or maybe this is a male and a female of your family members. Yeah, told you they're going to jail. And I guarantee the only reason why they're probably gonna try and come back in is to avoid that. Because nothing else is working. This is someone that's meant to be a caregiver, or this is someone that's lying, saying that they're your caregiver in order to steal what's rightfully yours. Do you understand? However it fits for you, collective. Yeah, this is someone that probably came from a grandparent. For some of you, it's a grandparent. For some of you, it may be your actual parent, or both. But it's been a long time coming. We know, they know. No amount of stalking is going to change that. Yeah. The fact that you're alive is what I'm getting. It's a problem to them. This is why they want you not alive. You're more of a problem being alive than you are not alive. Because then they can roll off into the sunset, cash in their policies, continuing to steal your inheritance, possibly even a trust fund for some of you. Yeah. Didn't realize that your DNA is from outer space. Some of you is actually quite special. You have very rare, you either got a rare blood type or some type of rare DNA. I'm even hearing royalty. You are the real royalty. That doesn't surprise me. You are the real royalty. Yeah, I told you. They may be family by name, but they're not family by blood. So that tells me, yeah, I told you, they may have paid for you to be taken out by some type of homicide, or they may have wanted you to do that on yourself, but they wanted you trapped, but what I'm getting is they're trapped. They wanted you trapped, but now they're trapped. And they're more trapped, more so because they know you know. They just don't know to what extent you know. And that's not their business to know. This is why they're stalking your accounts to find out what information you've acquired or what you've worked out yourself. It still doesn't evade the fact of the actions taken. Yeah, these are people that were just using the money to party. Probably traveling to different places. making families elsewhere too. I'm getting that as well. These are people that could have. Oh, so there could be a possible bigamist in the mist. Someone that lives a secret lives, has multiple secret identities, possibly even secret families. Wow. So this is what they're money for. Damn. You have multiple families to support. You need to keep up the masquerade. It's over, buddy. It's over. It is over. Wow. So this is probably why certain loved ones left you something. And once the family seen what was being left to you, they didn't like that. So clearly, your past loved ones obviously made the right choice. They obviously made that choice for a reason. And you didn't follow their last 9 wishes. And that's on you. But collectively, the one that's got to live in fear. Yeah. This is the only way for there to be balance. And that is for you people to be held accountable and you people to go to jail. However it's where it goes. Either physical jail, spiritual jail, or a coffin. Like I said, there's only a couple of ways this is going to end. And I stand on it. So, those that choose to stay in this cognitive disillusion, that's on you. It's literally like because these people chose to settle in this matrix lifestyle, become an NPC. Is that they want to force you to do the same? Nah. Because you didn't, they're pissed. So now they want to swap lives. That doesn't make any sense. It's like you made your bed, you can lie in it. But yeah, that's a lot, man. So however you did this, I don't know if it was which one of these groups first victim it was, or if it was the community or a particular family, or it could have been the family of the deceased person if they had it. I have to look into this one if he had any. But what I can definitely say is it was all part of the same format. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Definitely. For some of you is what I'm getting. There was a lot of untruths told about certain family members' demise. And they probably like it. They didn't want you asking any questions. But some of you need to, because it's gonna fit the pieces in the puzzles. You was never given any closure on certain family members. You was just they made their statement, and it's like you had to learn. You was taught to not question anything. That's dead and buried. That is. It's like when they say to you, "Oh, just forget about it." Why? Do you understand? Especially if it's your own prerogative. Why? Me asking questions shouldn't bother you unless you've got something to hide, right? Bingo! Yeah. Let me get the hell off of here. This is some tea. I kind of knew it because I've picked up on a particular energy before. And I didn't know why. But now with what's transpired over the last few years, it's making sense. So yeah, it's making a whole lot of sense. Definitely making a whole lot of sense. And there we have it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna add for now. I may make this a part 2. I don't know yet. We'll see. Why is all the everything's changed around? It's weird. But yeah, guys, it is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.